Welcome to Universal Orlando Resort, where we're going to be going over everything that's changed this week, including Halloween Horror Nights construction, Universal Orlando annual pass holder days, although starting but already happening, and more. Let's get straight into it. The adventure begins at this fine August 26th. Just got off of Hagrid's, loved it, and on the topic of Hagrid's, it actually has been doing standby lines, which is how I managed to get on it twice in an hour, which was amazing. So we got off Hagrid's, ton of fun. Also, Hagrid's would actually go down part of the morning on Monday because of technical errors. However, as you can tell, it is back up. Anyways, we're walking through Lost Continent, where there's actually a bunch of new merchandise in the All Hallows Eve. However, I'm very short on time, so I'm going to show that to you in my normal video format.
And those items are all on your screen right now. That include new Jack, Frankenstein, and Chucky keychains, signs, pins, and shirts, Chucky shirts, Drop Dead Gorgeous tank tops, Artist Signature Series Bride of Frankenstein shirts, keychains, pins, Bride of Frankenstein purses, Halloween Horror Nights icons and shot glasses, and more. Also, something I'm not going to talk about later in the video, there is actually an aerial view of Poseidon's Fury over the wall, showing us that the entire thing has been drained.
At Zach's Bypass, the sign's been removed. It's gone now, but here at If I Ran the Zoo, part of this creature here would be tarped over for refurbishment, but now it's over. Closed carousel that now has construction moss that are purple in front of it, completely tarped over, and most of the queue has scaffolding in it too. Yeah. Also, as you can see here, Dr. Doom's Spearfall's toppers were taken off, most likely for refurbishment or replacement. So I don't know if you'll see it on here, but the Pteranodon flyers are closed, and I don't know why. Out of Marvel Superhero Island, also those Doom Towers, I just rode Hulk by the way, but those Doom Towers are still functional, so you can still ride Dr. Doom's Spearfall. Also, the comic store now actually sells comics again. After a little bit, they took them out, and it was just merchandising, but now they are actually selling comics. Here in Island Trading Co., we have this thing, which is a new Studios towel, which has the retro logo on it. And it's quite cool. Here at Studios, the lighting rigs behind the arches now have lights on them. Welcome to Lights, Camera, Action, Eddie's Revenge, where these banners have been placed on the entrance, and boy do they look awesome. A closer look at the banners, and down here, they put these on the bottom for theming. We have the Invasion stage, which now has some 3D props of rocks and UFOs, and then some set things here, and this Pack Scenic logo that's been put on all of the stages in Lights, Camera, Action. Also, this structure here has now been built up and have projectors put on them. Freaks and Foons, also with the new stamp, now has a bunch of candy on it. The Five and Dime, they have this new Artisan Series Frankenstein shirt, which uses 3 artists of Halloween Horror Nights who all collaborated together with these 3 different art styles to make this amazing shirt. Projector box here by the Five and Dime. The Vamp 55 stage also has the Pack logo, another one of these desks with stage panes on it, some 3D cones, and an ice cream machine that's tarped over, meaning it's probably has to do something with corpses or blood. What did you say it was, Ace?
Shady Brook.
Shady Brook?
Shady Brook Sanitarium and Asylum.
Yeah.
Either that or it's the Caretaker's Mansion, Kane Mansion.
Well, whatever we have here, we now have some Tombstone 3D props, the Pack logo, and some things on the sides here.
There's also a jump scare pedal.
I don't know if you can see it because of the lighting, but this is a Marathon of Mayhem themed stand, which is probably for a viewing area. Here in Gorewood Forest, some foliage has been added down here, along with skulls here and a giant structure leading up to this red dripping metal casing. Also, some decals have been put up here along their spines going into this. Plus, these trees over here have had fake branches going up with them. There's multiple of them, and I thought there was only 2, but now that I'm looking, there seems to be a 3rd back here. Also, this structure is entirely new, being a blood-soaked cave, which is also a scare actor thing. Terror Queen banner set here that has a bunch of things like barrels and such, and a tarped over structure that seems to have a shopping basket next to it, and I can probably tell from the size and area of this that this is most likely some sort of tortured corpse. Yay! So this miner's thing now has mesh on the inside of it and some things around it to make it look all cool. More banners, more barrels, and corpses, which are probably on spears. Yay! This here has also been detailed with a bunch of mesh and things. More barrels. barrels more props going all the way through Central Park and on both sides of the series. And a final banner! And a second banner! A Beetlejuice themed food stand? And yes, I did. And it has twisted taters, which you can get ghost peppers on, which I'm going to be very excited to try. That's an amazing looking menu. Hill House food stand, though it doesn't have a menu. And whatever the heck this thing is, probably an Icons or there's a Jack one themed elsewhere, so I don't really know. But this is here now. Or not, but I don't remember it. There's seating out here in front of the Kids Zone sign. I haven't found it here, but on tap in Springfield now, the Ducktober limited time tap beer has returned. By Men in Black, right down there, another one of the brick-looking food stands has popped up. The tent over by where Halloween Nightmare Fuel is going to be going back there. And we're walking right by it. But wrong with the pumpkin food stand right here on the bridge. This is its menu, which looks really good and cool. Bunch of pumpkins back here, which look fun. Cashiers, and these really awesome themed tables with scratch marks in them. Also, to continue my Chucky rant, what? So many boxes, plus through one of the meshes. I'm trying to figure out which one it is. I think. Wait, where's the one? Where do you see the knife? Oh, yep. So you can kind of see it in this mesh. There's a hand holding a knife. And this is an empty mesh. And if you look back here, curtain, closed curtain behind you. Is this a Chucky photo op? Theme tables. Into Crypt TV, these banners are new and they look really cool. Crypt TV logo over here and over here.
Yes.
Then over at this food tent over here, we have a bunch of lighting that's been strung up on these lighting structures. And there's another one of the generic frickin' booths. So what are these from, Ace?
The actual design is from Sunny Family Cult, but that one with the horns is Mordeo. That one is the door in the wood. Down there we got the look-see and
Oh yeah, the ones at the entrance.
and more Sunny Family Cult.
Nice. Also, this is new from last time, but this has been put up here on the side of the living room set. You guys know triggers that have been placed on these sets? Because they are. Projector up there on the itty bitty spider set. Plus, down here, this wooden structure has been put on top of another wooden structure, and a trigger. Right there. And right there. Other banners. And Ace, do you know what these are about?
Oh, and that's Sunny Family Cult about the prophecy about the girl. And that's the look-see. Oh no, that's the book. Sorry.
Oh, cool. And right over by these banners, I smell a new breaded chicken food truck. And though this isn't open right now, it was open yesterday, which is quite interesting. Do I see an arepa truck? Because I do. Right out here, right outside of the entrance to San Francisco. Generic food stand. What are these going to be selling? Barrels have returned. Do I see the HHN Trapped trailer? Great, because I believe I do. Another generic food booth. Like seriously, what? This Chainsaw Massacre one. We slaughter barbecue with this delicious looking menu right here. Here, another generic food stand. And a sweet shop booth, which has these candy-like cash registers and tables over here. And if you're interested, this is the menu. A little bit more stereotypical than the other ones, but it does still look good. The Trumpy store that's very much in the background there actually has porch lights turned on. Little detail, but a cool one. 30 Years, 30 Fears candles have been placed practically everywhere that they can be. Right there, by Studio Suites, a bunch of speakers have been placed, probably for Halloween Horror. That's everything I found in the parks. We'll be going to City Walk in a second, but since I inevitably missed a bunch of stuff, let's talk about everything that I missed right now.
Boy, was I correct, because there was a ton of stuff that I missed. So let's go ahead and review all of that right now. So, starting us off in Seuss Landing, the sign that used to read Brown and Black's Icy Snacks that was changed to just Icy was now changed to Snack Snacks Eat a Snack Icy. Over in Toon Lagoon, new UOAP hats, waist bags, long-sleeve shirts, tank tops, pins, tumblers, lanyards, mugs, lanyard pouches, keychains, multiple kinds of t-shirts, windbreakers, and coasters would all become available. Over in Isla Nublar, the bypass bridge would have the barricades in front of it removed, and the wood on the bridge over time would have lost a lot of its paint. More shrubs would also be placed onto the bridge. Egg hatching would also start in the Discovery Center again. This would also mean the reopening of the nursery area and the return of the egg scanning. The Velocicoaster would actually be closed on Thursday, most likely due to technical difficulties. It would also be reported that on July 9th, the day before the Velocicoaster's opening, a 19-year-old would cut in line to stand with his sister, effectively spilling his drink on someone in line. The person would then throw a punch that caused minor injuries to the boy. Outside of the lined queue, the two would exchange words, which would quickly escalate into a fight. On the way out of the park, both parties would be stopped by authorities and be brought to Orange County Jail. So, kind of just, even though I would think this would be common sense, if a 19-year-old accidentally spills a drink on you, do not punch them in the face to the point that they need stitches. Just saying. Anyways, away from that, Camp Jurassic is now closed for an estimated week in order to replace the nets and ropes that have not been refurbished in over a year, and that actually makes a lot of sense. Also, later on, construction walls will be placed in front of its entrance instead of just some more or less permanent barriers. Battery Park would actually set up another food stand with multiple beers on tap, probably for Halloween Horror Nights 30, but we're not 100% sure why. Also, the 30 Years, 30 Fears lighting rig would receive brand new lighting, along with some more decorative X's that would be placed on top of the big propane tank holders. The sign that says Halloween Horror Nights in 30 Years, 30 Fears would also be lit up after closing, and it looks awesome. At the bathroom set inside of Crypt TV, a tarp would cover half of the set behind the shower curtain, and a necklace would be added that is hanging out of the sink. The tarp might have to do with a corpse, which would actually be very interesting, and it seems like it would be fun. Also, gates leading backstage in Hollywood would be removed and instead replaced with a scrimmed over fence. Hollywood Red Ride Rocket would also turn 12 on Thursday. Happy birthday! A fog machine would also be placed in 30 Years, 30 Fears, along with the ones that I had spotted before in Lights, Camera, Action, or Haction, Red Eddie's Revenge. The studio store would also receive new artifact stationery sets themed to Gryffindor magic, Slytherin magic, and travel magic. These are sets of random things from Harry Potter that fit the theme of the box. A body would also be hung on the stage in front of the truck for Seek and Destroy. Universal would also continue the Tribute Store picture deal, which means that you can actually get your pictures in there, and it was supposed to end before, but it still happened. I think it might have actually ended, though. Onto the online store, a Beetlejuice shot glass would become available, along with the Icon shot glasses and the Bride of Frankenstein's merchandise, which includes some brand new travel tumblers. The online store would also receive a mystery vinyl figure box, with the characters being either Jack, Chance, Gilman, Frankenstein, Chucky, or the Caretaker. 2 sets of pins for these characters would also become available. Texas Chainsaw Massacre, Hill House, Jack, and Bride of Frankenstein pins and magnets would also go to the online store. A Halloween Horror Nights Scare Zone shirt would also join these, which, though I didn't film it, I did spot in the parks in the studio store. Also, UOAP Appreciation Days would start on Monday, sending out all of the food offerings, discounts, and more into the park. This also caused a UOAP magnet to become available. Now, though I talked about this I had actually thought that it had been active the week before, but so much happened this week, it was just messing with my brain. So this is brand new to this week, and though I didn't get the magnet, I'll hopefully get it on my next visit. The UOAP Tribute Store preview would also be announced to start at 1 p.m. to park close on the 26th of August. Now, as this is coming out, the entire Tribute Store has already been revealed, and I know that because I'm editing this on the day it should be uploaded, and people have already been let into it yesterday and today because it's officially open. So, though this isn't some crazy news, it's a cool thing to know. Also, the Haunting of Hill House mural would be spotted from an aerial point of view. It actually looks really cool. As for some resorts, the Jacked Up Experience construction walls would be placed in Cabana Bay. These would cover most of a recreational room, meaning that this experience is most likely to be quite large. Also, Bret Michaels will be performing at Hard Rock Hotel on September the 24th for the return of Velvet Sessions. Velvet Sessions are paid, however, you'll get to see Bret Michaels, which is quite a good win. Universal's been having some really cool performers lately with Kesha and Bret Michaels, so good for them.
Kesha is actually doing a live performance at Hard Rock tonight. Oh, and the line for that Kesha meet and greet thing is here, which is crazy. Hard Rock's over there. So that tent right there, though it's here now, was actually completely torn down to only be the stage parts of it and supports. And now the tent is back. Thank you for holding this, Ace.
No problem.
A new We Don't Do Matching shirts for the Three Little Pigs from Shrek has come up. So there's a new Popeyes Run on Vegetables shirt. However, I cannot find it. Oh, and look at this. The Studios towel is here in the studio store too. So they have plushies for all of the house mascots. So the Slytherin Snake, the Ravenclaw Eagle, the Hufflepuff Badger, and the Gryffindor Lion. I'm headed out of here, but there is new wall arts for every single house, which you'll see in a second. That I can't find anywhere in that store, but they are new. And Ace both got the UOAP Island Tea, and it tastes amazing, and like a peach ring. Anyways, thank you so much for watching, and I hope I can see you in my next video. Bye-bye!